You know what I'm saying? We saying forget the industry. We is in the street. We bringing some news, some tools, some clues, and some moves that y'all can use. You feel me? And right before the interview started, Arlo asked me, like, you know what I'm saying? So what prompted the interview? What you want to interview me for?
Yeah.
Like he ain't just the first black-owned banker in Arkansas. I was like, man, really, you know, I be having people's attention. I'm just trying to get in, you know, kind of spoon feed them. You know, they got you got to sneak medicine in the ice cream these days.
Exactly. Yeah, I get it.
So I'm just putting some medicine in the ice cream tonight.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here, man.
Hey, man.
And it's an honor to be able to share at such an important time.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. But this is what I got to do. First, before we even start, I got to give a proper introduction. I got to say, man, we got Arlo Washington, you know what I'm saying, owner of the first founder, owner, however you want to put it, of the first black-owned bank in Arkansas. Then they got the documentary out. Oscar, is it nominated or did y'all win an Oscar?
It's nominated. Nominated for an
It's
Oscar.
still big.
Yeah.
Oscar nominated. The barber.
The barber of Little Rock.
Of Little Rock.
Yeah, you can see it on YouTube. You can go to the New Yorker and see it. It's out there on the any of those platforms.
And it's got like it's got 500,000. When I looked at it today, I think it was 500,000 views on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Also Arkansas Black Hall of Fame.
No, we haven't been nominated for Arkansas Black Hall of Fame.
I thought I seen that when I Googled your name.
Really? Yeah, I did.
Oh, maybe I'm just speaking into existence.
Wait, there you go, man. It's always it's an honor to share such important topics, man, and have an opportunity to be on the global stage with that message.
Yeah,
man. Absolutely.
All right, so man, before we start, I seen the documentary. They said phase to finance.
Yeah.
No, I want to add something to that. I want to add braids to phase.
Braids to phase.
Phase to finance. Because I was looking for a picture for your flyer.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, Arlo has some.
I had some locks, man. I had locks for 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had locks for 12 years, man. And and I missed my locks from time to time.
So did you have to cut them out to be more a banker, going to the banker arena?
You know what? No, it wasn't that, because I know hair discrimination, is real, but it was more or less I just wanted to. I reached a point where actually the person was doing my hair stopped doing. So I was, I wasn't comfortable with a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
You get locks, you twist them all the same way.
Yeah.
I ain't want to like Coolio, so I just
So you just went through the fade.
Yeah, I just went on and just cut it, man.
Hey, so where you from, Arlo?
I'm from Little Rock. I'm right here, man.
What side of town?
Oh man, I grew up in South End, East End. Even when Highland Court was here, I lived in that area. Lived in that. I grew up all over, man, the city. Yeah, John Barrow, Deep West, Little Rock, man, all over.
Every side.
Yeah, I'm a real Little Rock native, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, proud to be.
Okay, so that explains why you trying to touch the community, and because you done seen all the communities.
Yeah, I have, man. And I always wanted to do something about it.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be able to do something about it. Never really knew how. Never even imagined how I would be able to do something about it. I just know that I would, whatever talent that God blessed me with, I was going to use that to help, help my community out.
How did you go from all the way from that to owning the barber college, banking, and everywhere you at now?
Yeah, I know, man. It's a journey. It's a journey, man. And I mean, the thing about it is, now my mom, in the documentary, I talked about my mom. She the one that had to drop out of high school.
Okay.
She had me in the 10th grade.
Okay,
she was 16. She had me. And so she dropped out of high school and went and got her GED, and later went on to Philander Smith College and became a social worker. And so I used to watch her, while she was struggling to take care of us, I used to watch her up at night, and then when she got into the social work aspect of it, she would go pick up kids and help them through their tough situations in foster homes and things of that nature. So, I mean, I picked up where she left off. It was real mission work.
So what's your, would you go to college and school? What was your
journey, the
background?
path? Yeah. So of course, I'm a barber by trade. So, I mean, I've always, just like after my mom passed away 2 weeks before I graduated high school, I wanted to be able to do something significant to be able to help take care of my sisters. And this is all referenced inside of that documentary. And the first thing I could think about was, I went to UAPB for about 9 weeks, and I ended up cutting more hair in the bathroom before we go to PJ's. I was doing more of that than anything. So I said, I wanted to get into modeling. So I was like, well, let me move to New York where it's at then. I'm just gonna go on and go for what I know. I rented a room for my brother's girlfriend cousin. I rented a room for my brother's girlfriend cousin in Brooklyn, New York, and I lived there for a year and pursuing a modeling career. I was working at Lens Crafters, making eyeglasses for a while, but I could never go to the go-sees and castings that you had to go to when you want to do the modeling thing. So I was like, man, you know what? I need a career that allowed me to be able to be on my own type of time, so that way I can pursue this modeling thing. Man, I came back to Arkansas. I went to New Tyler Barber College. Shout out to Mr. Bryant, Daniel Bryant, Ricky Bryant, and man, I got my barber's license and went right back to New York to get back on the modeling. Went right back. And I ended up going working at a barbershop in Bushwick in Brooklyn, and named Twin Cut. And man, I got being there, going through the hustle and the rat race in New York. I really learned what life was all about. You know what I'm saying? And so and during that time, had a short spell of experience in being homeless. But I couldn't let that defeat me. So I ain't leave until I overcame the obstacle that I was going through, because somebody told me if you run, you're going to be running all your life. So I ain't leave. I stayed there. I conquered that. And I can just remember when I finally got, from the situation I was in, I was like, man, you know what? Man, it feel good to lay down and rest and take a shower. And I was like, you know what? I done got what I need to get out of here. I got it out. I got it. And I know what it's about now. I want to take something back to Arkansas. Little did I know, growth come out of adversity. What I was going through, I got real good at what I was doing because I had to do that to survive. And so when I came back, I was doing the razor lines and all these other different things that barbers just wasn't doing here yet. And so now it's all over the place. But doing that took off like wildfire, man. I'm getting my first barbershop. I had, still kind of undecided about what you want to do. I was like, I'm still going to, follow a traditional path and go to school and try to do. So I tried school again. Didn't work out. I can remember getting my first credit balance check walking down the sidewalk with $1,400, $1,750 actually, $1,753 to be exact. I'm walking down the sidewalk looking at it and I'm like, man, this is all I got to my name. I need to do something. So I took the $1,750 and opened up a Blessed Fades barbershop. Yeah,
so you went and paid the deposit?
I went and paid the deposit. I put $500. I'm gonna break it down. I put $500 on the rent deposit to get the building. A couple of my customers pitched in and came and helped me. We pulled up carpet, put down floors. I had half the barbershop tiled, half of it wasn't tiled. I'm working on the side that was tiled.
Yeah.
One of the neighbors in the shopping center down the sidewalk gave me some mirrors. I put some mirrors, I bought them, put them on a 30-day pay too, got them.
Yeah.
And then the sign company, I was able to pay them a down payment, and they came put my sign up. So
what about a chair? Did you have
the chair?
Oh,
yeah, I had a chair. I had a $75 chair that somebody sold me that I used that I started with. And I had taped all the wires up to the wall, made everything look neat. And then but with my sign, I ended one of the things that I brought back from New York was neon lights around the window. That was a shop that I had to sleep in when I was homeless at times when I could sleep in it. So that was always a thing, And then blue was welcoming too. So I had that in all the windows every time I have a barbershop. And so I put those in window, and it popped. It popped. It was something different, something fresh that wasn't in the area I was in. So people grew, and they loved it, man. The shop ended up going to 9 chairs. It grew to 9 chairs. The first month, I went to Home Depot, got some countertops, bust that down into 3 chairs, painted the sides of it with some red paint, screwed plant hooks in them to hang the clippers on, and we was in business.
Hey, just like that.
Like that. And I ain't stopped. It ain't stopped since.
The first month you went to 9.
Now the first year.
First year you went to 9 people renting.
9 people ran booths.
Yeah.
The first year.
How long were you in there by yourself?
I was in there by myself probably for about, I don't know, maybe a good month.
That's it.
But
it didn't matter though, cause you was there making money.
Yeah, and now King, the first barber that was in there with me was King at King of Fades, and now he owned the shop.
The one over here in
Mayville Pike. That was the first location.
I didn't know that.
And he was the first barber that came and rented the booth, and now he owned the shop.
And he just hit me last week to come do to his windows, put the stuff in his windows.
Well, he was the first barber that he was getting ready to move back to Texarkana. He said, man, if I can't do this, I'm gonna have to go back. And he came on in, man, and we went to work.
That's back when booth rent probably was
$75 a week.
It was that cheap?
$75.
I mean, that high. That seemed high.
$75 a week, man.
What year that was?
That was in 2000.
Oh, that's about right.
Yeah, 2000, first barbershop, man.
It's about $275.
Yeah, well, it's about 125, 150 now.
Oh, okay. I know it kind of went up.
Yeah, inflation, man.
Yeah, for real. We're going to talk about that too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Oh.
Now, I do want to correct something real quick, because we wasn't So I know that there's a lot of publications out there about it being the first black bank
Okay.
or the first black credit union in Arkansas.
So it was others?
There were others. There was one down in where is that? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Let me think. Oh man, down by Riceville. Mr. Keon, I think that one, and then there was another one. So it was a couple. We were the first one in 40 years.
So I mean that kind of makes sense because Little Rock had a Black Wall Street on 9th Street or something like that.
Yeah, man. There were other banks that, if you want to say black banks, there were other black banks before People Trust. But I don't consider us a black bank. I always tell people I used to be black before I turned green.
Before you turn green.
Yeah, because it's a mentality. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, it's a mentality, just like generational poverty. It's a mentality that's passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
So I try. When I like to. We don't want to be labeled as just a black bank because we service everybody.
Well, Black founded.
Yeah, black founded. Yeah, I get that. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely,
So-
absolutely. Yeah, we 100%.
Black founded.
Absolutely.
And we gonna get. I'm gonna get to how you even got to the bank. But let
Yeah.
me touch on that documentary right quick.
Go
So
ahead.
back to the documentary thing. But first off, how long did you stay in New York the second time you went back?
I stayed a year, about a year and a half.
A year and a half. So you went the first time a year, came back, went back a year and a half.
Yeah.
And this is what I was gonna say. So Arlo was a model.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the model Tyson Beckford, his mom was my agent.
So was you doing some modeling gigs?
Yeah, I was doing some modeling gigs for FUBU.
Yeah.
Before they, for us by us. When I did FUBU, I did they show Fat Fashion.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Let me see what else I did. I did quite a few runway shows.
Yeah.
Runway shows, a couple some print stuff. I could have did a whole lot, but I was one of those things. I was faced with an ultimatum by my agent. Another agent that I had two agents. I had Joshua's Tree, and then I had, it was Treehouse Modeling, and then I had Tyson's mom. And what the thing about it is, I was faced with an ultimatum of, do I want to sell my soul for a Tootsie Roll?
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's just what it sounded like. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I wasn't willing to give up my morals and values.
So what, they want to put on a dress or something?
Well, no, I mean, it's a lot of other stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other things happen that, I'm just telling you, I ain't want to sell my soul.
So
for
you
a
was
Tootsie Roll.
propositioned to do some things
I
that
was
you didn't want to.
Exactly. So I was like, I ain't doing that.
You could have went on, elevated up in the ranks.
Exactly. I could have stayed in New York, never came back to Arkansas, and probably been on something. But I mean, I chose to.
So hold on. So you telling me there's some people probably out there right now that's up in the ranks, then they was probably had these same.
I'm just saying that people, if you get something, you got to give up something.
Pause. I thought that was just Hollywood.
I mean, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to give up some blood, some sweat, some tears.
You definitely right about that.
Or you're going to give up your soul.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? I wanted to get there. And then it took me 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? And God brought it all the way back around and had me on the world stage at the Oscars.
360. How did Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade end up involved in the documentary?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there was like top filmmakers in America was going around trying to find. They wanted to find a community development financial institution, which is what I founded, a community development financial institution loan fund certified by the Department of Treasury since 2016. And it's about 1,500 CDFIs nationwide. CDFIs are intermediary. They like the middleman. So you have communities that don't have brick and mortar banks inside of the community that they can build a relationship with to create financial well-being. And, your health tied directly to your wealth. Money affect more than your bank account. So CDFIs, or community development financial institutions, are bridges that onboard people into the financial system that otherwise wouldn't have access. So there was a filmmakers wanted to go around and find these CDFIs, and they wanted to make a film. They looked to see if there was a film out there about CDF to explain to people what the acronym mean. But then there was no film out there on CDFIs, so they reached out to the CDFI fund director, Donna Gambrell, and asked her. They was like, hey. Is there any CDFIs that we can go and we can embed with, or that you think that we should go follow? They investigative reporters. So they reached out. So she said, yeah, there's a guy in Little Rock that's got a barber college, and he has a CDFI on the parking lot. And they were interested and intrigued with that, so they were like, we want to go meet him. So we got on Zoom, they came, checked, saw everything. It was like, hey, we want to do his things. So the first thing I was faced with was exploitation. I want to exploit my community and make people, put people out there in their most vulnerable moments. So it took me probably about 2 months before I, accepted the offer. And then I was like, you know what, let me, as things began to progress with, just the whole people not knowing what resources are out there. If you know better, you can do better. But if you don't know, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, maybe this would be a good way for people to know what People Trust is all about, and know what resources are there right there around in their neighborhood, in their neck of the woods. A lot of people knew about it, but then a lot of people didn't know about it. And so one of the things that we would do, so they came and they shot for a whole year, 400 hours of footage for the whole year. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, they was outside with the cameras. When I drive my car, they was on the ground with the cameras. A whole year, 400 hours, like 450 hours to be exact. And then so with that, they distilled that all the way down to 35 minutes.
That's crazy. Cause to make that into 30 minutes.
35 minutes. Yeah, 35 minutes. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But back to what you just said, as far as like you said at first you didn't want to exploit.
Yeah.
Cause if you look at the documentary, it is some people with some vulnerable situations.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I learned a couple of things that y'all do in there as far as y'all had the prison, when people get out of prison program.
Yeah, reentry. We've been doing that a long time, and what inspired that was we had a lot of barber students that would come to barber school right out of prison, and they came in need, because you don't have a whole lot when you first get out. And so we would have to provide wraparound services like food, shelter, and transportation, and all the things. So the goal was to eliminate any barrier that would create somebody from being able to get their barber license. If you need childcare, you need food, you need somewhere to stay. So that's how we kind of got into all this from base. We emerged out of an unmet need.
And then I seen that y'all do rental assistance.
Yeah. So that all goes back to people needing housing. That was in the barber college. We would have, there was it was one of these winters. It was just extremely cold, and it was a couple of our students that we saw that was. We had a trailer in the back. One was before we had a fence. There was one sleeping under the fence. It was one in the car. I mean, super cold outside in his car. But these are out of state students, right, that just didn't know nobody and didn't know of any resources or having where to go. So that just all those type of things just prompted me to create different programs to be able to help that population.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope right there. And that documentary, I'm pretty sure, like I said, it got 500,000 views on it. I'm pretty sure. Do you see the difference in people being aware of what y'all got now since the documentary?
Oh man, we've been getting a lot of more people utilizing the services. Since the documentary, we've expanded into a credit union. So we now have a depository institution, so we're a minority depository institution, or MDI, and we have almost 3,000 members now.
So hold on. So at first it wasn't. What do you mean depository? Meaning you couldn't put deposit.
You couldn't deposit. So we were at first we were just and we still are. We have a loan fund. So it's actually two financial institutions, but they're two different financial institutions. One, which is a community development financial institution, is non-regulated financial institution. I mean, you don't have any regulatory authority. You just get audited every year, but you don't have like the FDIC or the Federal Reserve or the NCUA that's examining you, right? So that allows you to be able to be a little bit more flexible than a traditional depository institution like your Bank of America or your Regions or something like that, right? So we partner with banks to facilitate transactions so that otherwise wouldn't happen. So if you think about a bank, somebody with no credit score, low credit score, then they would start with us. We would provide them with financial education and provide them with access to funding, and then report credit to the credit bureau to build their credit, and then move them on to more mainstream finance at a bank. That by now you bank ready now because we got you. Your credit is not a thin file no more. You actually had a loan from a financial institution, and then we're showing up on the credit bureau. So you're not a credit invisible anymore.
Okay.
You actually. can actually get approved for something now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it went from that. So that's with being a credit union. That was with the first.
That's the loan fund.
Okay.
That's the loan fund, revolving loan fund. So basically, what we do is we borrow money from banks, foundations, treasury. We get grant dollars. We are a nonprofit, so we get grant dollars from philanthropic organizations and even some neighborhood associations and churches. We have and we take those dollars and we put those dollars back into the street, put them back on the streets. And when people pay the loan back, then we just loan to somebody else, and it just revolves and revolves and revolves. And then the bank gets what you call Community Reinvestment Act credits. So every bank, if they're in the area, they have an affirmative obligation to make loans to the people that put deposits. But sometimes that's hard to happen if the person doesn't qualify or doesn't check the box.
Yeah.
So then that's when the bank would say, okay, well, we can go to People Trust, and People Trust can get them ready, and then they can come back to us.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
So like with the banking thing, let me ask you this. So
Sure.
how did you even in your head say you out here, you got a barber college, you cutting hair, doing your thing?
Yeah.
What in your head say, hey, let's start this, you know what I'm saying? I know you want to help the community, but why was that the route?
I know. Well, when you think about the real root of the problem, it always come back down to the money, right? I don't care what you want to do. It always boils down to the money that you have to put on it to make it happen. You can have a good idea, but then it's going to take something to make something. And then not only that, one time I was in a barbershop, and one of my customers came in, and he was going through some things with his business, and he was needing some funding. And he was like, man, I need a bank to thank. Like that. So everybody kind of cracked up. Everybody laughed because it's funny. So he said, yeah, we do need a bank. And I see you can't really think without a bank, because you got to think about how you're going to make something happen. And so I started, that stuck with me though. It stuck with me, and I was like, man, what if we did have a bank? Yeah. What would that be like to have a bank? Could we have a bank? I started thinking like, okay, well, if other communities can have banks, then our community should be able to have a bank too. And then why do every time I walk in the bank, I don't see anybody that that understands the what I'm going through.
Right.
Don't know about
the struggle.
They don't understand that. So I need to deal with somebody that understands what I'm going through and know what my needs are. Know what type of credit need I need. I may not need a mortgage right now, but I might need a loan for, until I get my next paycheck, or until I get, but talking about that, predatory payday lending was banned in Arkansas in 2009.
The check cash. And
they got banned. At the time, it was like 134 brick and mortar payday lenders operating in the state. In 1 year, after our lawmakers banned predatory payday lending, all of them was gone. So now you had payday lenders, which for some people was predatory, but for other people was a blessing, right? Because I can get that money quick without me having to even go through a whole lot to get it. So then now when you move that out of the way, and then you don't have a safer alternative, you don't have any traditional bank that has flexible options. Now you create more of a credit a gap, more of a you create what you call a credit desert, where you can't the furniture store don't report credit, the buy here pay here car dealers don't report credit, you can't get it at the liquor store. So it's just like what can I do? So they got people going to cash, they got to go to different money centers to cash checks, loan lines. It costs more money to be unbanked than to be banked.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it costs more money. Think about the acquisition cost. I got to have gas to go over here and do this and that. What if I could just get online, go to my bank, and do what I need to do?
Yeah. Cause I had seen you said something that really stood out. You said capital is like the life force of the community, like blood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't been circulating.
Yeah, man. If your arm or your leg or something went to sleep, your foot went to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's because ain't no blood flowing to it.
And if it don't flow long enough, they're gonna cut it off.
You understand me? So capital or funding, money, is the lifeblood of a community. And if the money is flowing, everybody good. People can eat. People got somewhere to stay. People got transportation. Like I said, money affect more than your bank account. You know what I'm saying? It affect your health. Your health is directly tied to your financial well-being.
Health as well.
Yes. So with that being said, it's like, well, if there's no money circulating, to your business, to my business, to his business, to her business, then now we are not able to create and build wealth because it's leaving. It's going right out. It's going outside the community. We're not able to rebuild. And then if you're not getting any investments in those communities, then now you really have a hard time, because now you got more, your morale is down now, because you're seeing boarded up houses, you're seeing dilapidated buildings, you're seeing people struggling and suffering everywhere. And that's one of the things I just want to change, man. Yeah. I know I had to be the change I want to see.
Yeah. And I mean, just on the spiritual side, your emotions play a part in your health. If somebody is sad and upset and mad and angry, it's gonna play a part in your health.
Oh, absolutely. Your anxiety, your frustration,
yeah,
all of that. All of that. Just think about how you feel if you ain't got no money in your pocket.
And then
you understand?
Physically, you can't even go and eat the food you need to eat.
There you go. There you go. You see how it all go together? Yeah. That's why it's such a critical piece in our communities. That's why it's important for us to make sure that we support the institutions that are there to support us.
Yeah.
Right? We think about how many of us put money in places that we don't even know where it go, we don't know who it go to, and we don't have a say so. Right? And then not only that, we don't use the financial institution to the fullest capacity. Right? I can send money with a financial institution. I can save money with a financial institution. I can invest money with a financial institution. I can grow money with a financial institution. But what if I don't know about the products and services that financial institution offer? Then I'm not able to access, and if nobody tells me or offers me, because all I do is walk inside there and say, hey, I need to cash this check, or hey, I need to get $5,000 out, or $2,000 or $200 out. I'm just using it as a check cashing center. I ain't using it as an institution to help me get to the next level.
Cause you had said something about what was it? Black. Well, you didn't say, somebody else said black and white. Banking while black.
Banking while black. It's real.
So explain what would be banking while black.
Well, if you think about this, when we talked about the struggle, and it ain't, we know that black communities, and they typically, I'd say, low and moderate income communities, which are predominantly black communities, right, oftentimes have a hard time accessing resources because of generational poverty, right? Generational poverty is what? A mentality that's passed down from generation to generation. If my grandmama didn't have it, my mama didn't have it, now I ain't got it, now I ain't able to get my kids financial education. If nobody ever sit down and had the money talk, then guess what? I'm just passing ignorance from generation to generation.
A way of thinking.
It's a way of thinking, right? So, but if you go all the way back to Reconstruction, right? After every crisis, Reconstruction, what happened? There was no investments in the black community. If you go to the Great Depression, right? Whenever communities rebuilt, the black communities, a lot of those communities were redlined, right? When you say redlined, I mean there was actual maps that are drawn that says, like, okay, don't invest in that area. Bank, no. Mortgage, no. Anybody in the area,
you come in
no.
And you put that down for your address.
It's a red line area. It's red line, and those maps are still alive today.
Today. So let me ask you this then, if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? And I'm skipping on my questions because this is really the main part of why I wanted to interview you.
Yeah.
How is it that other races are coming in? Like, right now we in Southwest.
Yeah.
I call it Southwest Code because if you look at all the businesses, 80% of them, they are Mexican owned.
Yeah.
You look at all the gas stations, they are foreign owned. How are they coming in and being able to get funding? Or maybe they're getting it from somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah.
How are they doing this and we not?
Yeah. It's a good question. I mean, you think about, again, if you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. Right? So a lot of times we don't know because we don't have access to the information. Right? We didn't know that there was a grant that if you wanted to be able to start a business we didn't know about the SBA program, Small Business Administration. We happen to be a SBA micro lender. We offer loans for startup businesses up to $50,000 through the SBA. We're one of the only SBA lenders that have delegated authority, which means that we can make those decisions in house. But I think that there's credit barriers. It take credit to get credit. So if there's credit barriers, a lot of races, they've gotten different reparations. They've gotten different things to help them to be able to. There are different opportunities out there that they can take advantage of being from wherever they're from, right? But then you think about the people that live in that community, right? The oppression, the stress, the lack of access to financial products and services, the lack of financial education to know about the importance of building credit. Like if one of the things that I think is important for every family to do is introduce your kids to financial education early as you can, because if we can start having a money talk early and get them used to it, and I think that's the biggest barrier, the reason why we don't see a whole lot of wealth opportunities in our communities. I think that's the biggest barrier, is a lack of financial education and literacy.
So get your kids a bank account, talk to them about credit.
Yeah, we have youth savings accounts. You know, talk to them. We offer financial education programs.
Start a business in your kids, to help your kids start a business.
Exactly. Those type of things. You know, there's even things where, you know, if you can add your kid as a user on your credit card, and just let them get that positive pay history to help them establish credit. So then when they get a chance to see that credit, explain what the FICO is. What is the FICO number? Those 3 numbers, they mean something, right? And if we start having those type of, walk them in the bank when you open the account, right? Have them to make these interactions. Get them a little debit card so that way they can, you know, there's even a app out there called Green Dot, and it's in a card, and you can have your kid with a Green Dot card and get them used to these type of things. Because when you think about the future and where everything is going, you know, my kids, your kids, their kids, they probably won't even touch cash. They won't touch cash.
Yeah.
Right? They won't, and they want digital. They want Cash App. They want Venmo. They want Zelle. They want all of these different tools. And now you think about when you bring in digital currencies like cryptocurrency and things of that nature. I mean, there's a whole lot of education that really need to be happening right now.
Yes, sir. And people's way behind on the crypto thing. I just took my little boy to the bank the other day to open an account up.
Yeah.
But like, it's so, like you saying, people definitely need to be on this. But like, we as in general, we start out with bad credit because somebody done open up.
Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. And, you know, and as a kid, I knew it was wrong, but I was like, man, I'm going to hold it down for my mama, though. I'm going to hold it down. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do that. Because, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, my first job, I started working when I was 14. I ain't stopped for City Beautiful. And I can remember, man, this is a story. I can remember we was, you know, we were on public assistance, and I can remember that one day, we needed some groceries. And I had been working at City Beautiful, and man, I didn't even know I was going to get a last check for the summer. And I can just remember we was just sitting there waiting on the mailman, right? Sitting there, man, and I was like, man, you know, God, I know you're going to, my face strong. And, man, the mailman came and brought my last City Beautiful check. And I can remember being able to help pay the light bill.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember what that felt like. I'm the man of the house. I felt good about that. I helped put some groceries in the house. That did something. That meant something to me. That's why I think, you know, that's why I know that, you know, getting our children started early with responsibility, right? A lot of kids is privileged. Even kids that live in with lesser means, a lot of them are still privileged.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I think that you know, they got to be able to have to see something too. We had to see something. So what inspired me to do what I'm doing today is so that if you can see it, you can be it.
Yeah. If you can see it, you can be it. You can, if you believe it, you can achieve it. So what's your input on like right now the state of the economy and the black economy? Like right now they saying, hey man, be aware, man. I think something bad coming along the line, man. Whatever. Yeah. So being in the economic field, the financial field, what is your predictions on the U.S. economy right now? What should we be? How should we be planning and preparing? And what is your overall opinion on black economics right now?
Yeah, black economics right now. I think that I think when you say black economics, I think black communities need to educate, need to seek education outlets, need to support each other, pool the resources, right? We think about a storehouse. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about a storehouse, and you know, God say, you know, prove me now. He said, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, and then he said, when he bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, he said, improve. In that same scripture, he says, improve me. He said, I open He said, just try it and see what happens if you do it. He said, I'll open the windows of heaven and I'll pour you out a blessing. There won't be room enough to receive it, right? But then we ask the question, where is the storehouse? The storehouse, okay, we need financial institutions. Even if they're not depository, we need non-depository. We need people that can facilitate transactions, monetary transactions, so that we're able to circulate those resources within that community. Because if I'm able to shop with you, right, and then you're able to shop with me, and then we're able to lend to each other, right? We can lend to each other. We need lending going on in the community so that interest is generated, so that income is generated. We need income generating activities.
How do we implement this?
We implement this by educating us, not being afraid, right? Fear and insecurity that we can't do something. Right, we gotta let go of the fear. A lot of people scared because they feel like, oh, I might get hung, or I might get shot, or somebody might snipe me, all type of different little things. But I think that if we can let go of the fear aspect of it, and we can start having more trust, that's why we named it People Trust, because trust is a must. If we don't trust you, we ain't doing business with you in the community, in our communities. So I think that the trust needs to be reestablished with each other.
I mean, that's a big part of it, though. Like, we don't trust each other. We thinking, we looking at his pocket, counting his pocket. We think somebody gonna mess up we trying to pool this money together.
Yeah.
Like the Mexicans and the foreigner people, they pooling together.
That's another reason why you see so much prosperity amongst those races.
So, like, when I say how do we implement this, like, let's say me and 9 of my homeboys or friends, tomorrow we all say we got some money, say we got some credit.
Yeah.
And we want to, like, let's make a change in Little Rock or Southwest.
Right.
What would be like our first steps?
Yeah, create a fund. Create a revolving loan fund. And we create a revolving, and if you don't, and here's the thing about having an organization like People Trust in the community. We create funds for for banks, for foundations, for neighborhood associations, for churches. We create what you call funds. So if you and your homeboy say, hey, you know what, let's put $10,000 together and let's start a revolving loan fund, and we're gonna facilitate the transaction through People Trust and allow them to be our infrastructure. And then we're gonna circulate those resources. We're gonna make loans to people that need funding. And then as they pay those loans back, you may charge a little bit of interest, right? You charge, if you do, then that way you're able to continue to keep things going. You have to be sustainable.
Right.
It got to be sustainable. It got to be profitable, and then it got to be scalable. It has to be able to make it on its own, and then it got to be able to generate an income, and then it has to be able to scale. Exactly. So I think that if we go into a business idea with that in mind, sustainability, profitability, and scalability, then I believe we'll be able to achieve success with that.
Man, it sounds good, Arlo.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? And that's the way it sounded to me when I thought about a bank and starting a bank. It was like, man, that sounds good. But now it was this song, I thinking of a master plan. I got nothing but sweat inside my hand. When I dig into my pocket, all my money spent. Yeah. I get deeper and still don't come up with nothing but lint. So I can start a mission and then thinking, how can I get some dead presidents, right? How can I do this? Yeah. So I took what I had. I had $250. I had $1,000. I took $1,000 and I said, I'm gonna loan this $1,000 out. I'm gonna make 4 loans a month, $250 a loan to different people that come ask, right? I had customers, I had students, and I would loan them $250. They'll pay the money back. I'll loan the other person $250. I did that, and when I get to $1,000, I'll be like, all right, I hit the ceiling. I can't go no more till next month. I did that for 12 months.
Use a bank.
I did that for 12 months. Kept everything on an Excel spreadsheet. So if you got a loan, I wrote your name down, put how much you borrowed, put when you say you was gonna pay it back. And I kept it on an Excel spreadsheet for a whole year. I took that Excel spreadsheet and sent it to the Department of Treasury. They made me a CDFI. From there, we were able to get grants from Treasury at that point to be able to, from the CDFI fund, to be able to increase our loan volume and do larger loans and do more loans. And that's what we did. And so we just rinse and repeat.
You start off at the hood bank.
Exactly.
Then right now at Washington Barber College outside, y'all got that
trailer,
the trailer building out there, and y'all also got one on 12th Street.
Yeah, 12th Street too. Yeah,
okay.
12th Street is we do a lot of the housing right there. We do housing right there, and then we also have the credit union there as well. Now here's the thing, we have the loan fund there as well. Now the thing about it is we've been going through some technology upgrades. One of the things that we didn't realize is that when I say that for a minority depository institution like People Trust, we didn't know that the systems that are created maybe by some I don't know, somebody, right? That so the systems have, we needed to have our own system. Mm-hmm. So we've been working to build our own system so that we don't have to have the system crash on you. Mm-hmm. Or 6 months after we were going, our system had a ransom attack. Mm-hmm. We've been the victim of all type of little situations happening that would hurt a financial institution. Mm-hmm. So we've been blocking and we've been tackling and we're still here.
Yeah.
We ain't going nowhere. So my thing is, it's a lot of things that you don't know about if you ain't able to be on the other side of the desk. Uh-huh. So and a lot of things that, we'd have to have another conversation about. But yeah, so we need all the support we can get right now from our community. And I mean, I feel like that if people understood how important it was and knew the seriousness of what's going on in the global economy, when you think about, I mean, we hear about it, all of the things happening with the, you see it on social media. Everybody's being bombarded with, cash is getting ready to go away, or there's doomsday type of stuff about to happen. And how do I protect my assets? What if the bank closed and I can't get my money no more? Or what if the value of the dollar drop and now my dollar is only worth 50 cents? I mean, think about it.
What if?
So now it's like, how do I diversify my investments? Mm-hmm. Where do I put my money to protect my money? Mm-hmm. Well, there are a lot of things. You could put your money into gold. Mm-hmm. That's God money. Mm-hmm. Gold and silver, God money, mm-hmm. right? So you can invest in some gold. You need to diversify your investment portfolio. So that means if I have some $5,000 and I want to put I think gold now is at $4,000.
Is that high now?
Gold is, I think, about $4,000.
An ounce?
An ounce.
And it was just like $2,000.
Exactly. Back just not even a couple years ago, it was like $1,700.
Damn.
Right. So now it's $4,000, and maybe by the end of the year it'll be up to probably almost $10,000. Who knows? Right. So, but I was saying that, I said it, say this. So, but think about the people that bought gold at $1,700. Think about the people that just been buying a little bit here and there. Okay, that's one thing, a commodity, right? But then you have other assets as well. So you have you got gold, you got digital currencies. Mm-hmm. Like Bitcoin, like USDT, stable coins, those things, those are digital assets, and right now Bitcoin got more on the balance. Bitcoin worth more than Google.
Damn.
Bitcoin is like the 5th largest asset in the world. But think about how many people are educated on it. Right? We was throwing crypto summits. We threw crypto summits downtown.
I missed it.
Yeah, we're gonna do some more. Because these conversations need to be had. How do I set my wallet up? We need wallet education in the community. Right now, we need wallet education. How do I set a wallet up? How do I move money from an exchange to a wallet?
Bro, people still don't even have a regular bank account. You telling them about crypto?
Now I'm telling them about I'm telling them about being their own bank.
I know, but this is the thing though. They need to go and get them. Man, I got customers come to me and they still don't even have a debit card or a bank.
Well, guess what's going to happen, man? If we don't educate them and if they don't come on, they're going to be left behind. They're left behind.
This is where we at, though, right now.
I know it. And you know what's happening? It's getting wider and wider and wider and wider. And then when things do change, all the way change, who knows when, guess what happens? You have poverty like you ain't never seen it before. So it get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So that's why we have to that's why we have to share these things. That's why our institution is doing what we can do to educate our communities, stepping out. But then it has to be a mutually beneficial relationship, right? So that means if you deposit with us, we deposit with you. So we need people to come open accounts, right? You ain't got to put all your money there, but put some money there to support the institution that support the community.
So when you say you need people to support people trust,
we need deposits.
That means come and put your money in people trust.
We need deposits. Yeah. We need deposits.
Why shouldn't we though? We over here putting money over here in all these other institutions.
Exactly.
Tomorrow I'm gonna come open me up people trust.
Well, man, Hey, I got a hat for you too. I got a black one. I got one for you. I
took my little boy to the bank the other day. We couldn't get the account open. I just took him to where I be.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get it open because it was something with it was some little glitches in their system. But I'm glad that it couldn't get open because now I'm gonna just take him and get him account with people trust.
Give him a youth account.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go and get me one. I'm really finna take mine out of Bank of America. They keep on not approving me for business credits and different things. I've been with y'all 10 years. I've been in business over 10 years. Like, and y'all still is telling me I got no and I got a $500 credit card with y'all. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I mean, coming to people trust.
Come to people trust, man. Come to people trust where you gonna have a red carpet rolled out for you.
I don't even care if y'all tell me no. It's just the point of it's the principle.
Well, here's the thing. My thing is we're member based, right? So it's people helping people. So I always say if you're depositing with us, we deposit with you. So if you're depositing with us, then why can't you get a loan? Why can't you qualify for a loan? Why can't we get that business loan or that? Well, right now, why can't we support an emergency need that you may have? If you got deposits coming in here, I tell my staff the whole time. I say, look, as soon as they say, "Oh, we got loan application," I say, "Well, do they deposit? Are they a member? Do they make deposits? Yeah, they make deposits. Yeah, they're a member. They got direct deposit here and everything. Okay, yeah, let's get them a loan.
It only makes sense.
Let's make them a loan. Yeah, I mean this is a credit union is owned by the people that are members. I founded the credit union. But we're a nonprofit. A nonprofit is not owned by any single person. It is a nonprofit entity. It is owned by the members. So when you become a member tomorrow, you own part of the credit union.
Yeah.
You're an owner now. You own part of that financial institution. That's your financial institution.
Yeah. Hey man, tomorrow, man, we got a campaign going. We going to People Trust.
Yeah.
That's our new campaign, man. We finna get the second movement is we gonna bring back Black Wall Street in Little Rock, 9th Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you seen the story about?
I seen the story, of course.
In other cities they had Black Wall Street.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why we can't get back to this? Like, why is our money going out the neighborhood so fast?
Yeah. Right. Well, because we don't have there's a lack of understanding, a lack of economics and how economics work, right? I mean, you have to circulate. I don't even say the word spend no more. I stopped saying the word spend a long time ago. I changed my language because words
circulate
have power.
Don't come back.
Exactly. So I watch what I say. A lot of people say, "Oh, I spent money over here. I spent money over there." Yeah, and as soon as you said that,
it's gone.
It hurt you. The what it say? The law hurt you.
Yeah.
And now that money gone. I got that from Reverend Ike.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, if we all get on one accord, if we all get on one accord, and we all have the same mentality as far as, hey, we're gonna build our communities. We're gonna invest in each other. We're gonna trust each other. We're gonna give each other an A till we give ourselves an F. Right? I give people an A till they get themselves an F.
This the thing with that right there. Like, do you feel like we be messing it up for ourselves a lot of time? Like, say I'm gonna go do some business with Black people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna spend my money, and then you go over here to this mechanic and damn man. Then you go over to and they mess it. One person mess it up for everybody type shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of that happens. You know what I mean? A lot of that happens.
Even with the bank loan, you loan a person some money and then they don't pay it back.
But tell me this though. Tell me this. Why are we so critical of each other? I could go to any other mechanic shop.
They
right?
Mess you up too.
Mess it up. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through the due process of what I need to do. Let you mess it up for me. I'm going to put you on social media. I might show up at your house. I might catch you at the grocery store. I'm going to pull up on you.
Yeah.
Why? Why I'm going to do all that? Why are we so critical of each other?
Hey.
So I think if we take a step back and we say, you know what? That's my brother. Let me put him up on why I ain't coming back. Right? And let me do it just between me and him. And let me explain to him so he can better his process. And then I might even give him another chance if he humble. But if he come off and you know what? Now, yes, I may not come back. But if he humble and he take the constructive criticism, then I'm going to keep working with him. Because we got to work with each other. Rome wasn't built in a day. And we got a whole lot that we got to undo and rebuild. We got a lot of rebuilding to do. We ain't never been able to really rebuild. You understand? We went from one crisis to the next, from one crisis to the next, from one crisis to the next, and we never got a chance to rebuild, not just our communities, but each other.
And when you said a key word, if that's your brother, that's the problem. We don't be looking at that person like they our brother.
Exactly.
So it's easy to treat a person a certain way when you don't look at them like they your brother or they your, you know what I'm saying? We all supposed to be family brothers.
Exactly. So I mean, we got to get back to the love, man, and stop all the hate.
The root of the situation.
We got to stop all the hate. You know what I'm saying? And so that means, guess what? If when we throw these crypto summits again and we provide financial education workshops, or we have us a member a member gathering where all the members gather and we talk. Then everybody come out and support. Everybody come out and support. You know, we were talking about doing webinars, right? Doing webinars and inviting everybody on the webinar so we can have these conversations. These conversations are so important right now. Right now, as we move through this next season, we got to definitely be on point with our finances. We got to make sure we got our budgets in place, right? Because who knows when the shutdown when is the government going to open back up? When is that going to happen? What happens if that goes on for an extended period of time? What happens then?
We're going to feel it.
You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to need a financial institution. Right, we're gonna need one.
Yeah,
and then we want right now. We know we're gonna need one. Then it might behoove us right now to start supporting that financial institution. So when we do need that financial institution,
it's there.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think PPP and all of, when back in that era, do you think that helped us, or did it hurt us?
Well, I mean, I think PPP it kept a lot of businesses open. We actually were able to participate in the PPP program the last 3 months of the program, and we were able to lend out $52 million nationwide to 2,600 small businesses.
But what about the people out there that abused it?
Well, you can always have bad actors. You're gonna always have people that they just ain't gonna do the right thing, right? You're gonna have people that just like people talk about, well, with digital currency, oh, it's fraud, I might get my money took. But what about all the check fraud? What about all the ACH fraud? What about all the theft? What about all the theft? Right? What about all that? See, anytime there's money involved, anytime something involved, it's always gonna be some fraud. So you can't just take all the good and don't take none of the bad.
Yeah, you're right about that. And PPP and before COVID and all that, it's been around, right?
Nah, the Paycheck Protection Program.
Well, PUA is these kind of programs were.
Now that's a historical program. That program never been around. That was a emergency type of program.
PPP and PUA.
The PUA. Now what's the PUA?
I thought
we play alphabet soup. What's the PUA?
Hey man, it was a lot of different alphabets. You know what I'm saying? But some of these programs, they said that they had already been around. It's just we didn't know about them. And wasn't participating.
And that's a whole nother thing that goes back to who is putting it. That's why I appreciate the Real Underground station, what you guys are doing, because you're putting information out there, especially these sessions and all your sessions. But because I watch out, but I think that the more we can get the word out about what we need to do, the resources that are out there. Different opportunities. There are different, right now, there's different foundations that have grants available because of what's going on in the economy. But how many of our nonprofits know about them? U.S. Bank has a foundation. I didn't know banks have foundations too. Did you know that? So banks have the bank, but then some of them have foundations as well. And then the foundations are what do a lot of the community development work. But the bank they do community development work as well. If you can find those that are actively engaged in Community Reinvestment Act and deal directly with consumers.
Okay. See, we get a lot of tools and moves that we can use, tonight.
Absolutely. So my thing is, if we can, one of the things I would advise everybody to do is start buying Bitcoin. You buy Bitcoin, right? On Cash App. Even if it's $25, but make you a purchase. Start and get the exercise of how to move money, move value from your and we can show you. We can show you how to do these things. Now we don't provide financial. Let me say this right quick. None of this is financial advice.
You got to put that out there.
None of this is financial advice. Okay, this is just all you got to do your own research.
Yeah,
do your own research. So anything I'm saying tonight ain't none of it financial advice. This is all do your own research. I'm just sharing what some practices that I do to help me to be able to build my skill set up with how to move in a digital space, because that is going to be critical. Every community is going to have to take care of themselves. You're going to have your own economy. You're going to have your own financial system. That means if you in Arkansas and you in this community, y'all need a system. You talked about the different nationalities, the Mexicans and the other groups that come to have their own system. We need our own systems.
And that's the key word right there. I said, why are they prospering?
They got a system.
They got a system. And we ain't got no system.
You ain't no system. We do have a system. We got people trust.
You so right. My bad. I'm tripping, y'all. We got a system.
We got a system.
Yeah. Do you think crypto, is crypto going anywhere?
I think when you say crypto, it's 1,750 different coins out there, right? And tokens.
Right.
Okay. So some people think that crypto is just Bitcoin, but there are a lot of different cryptos.
Right.
Right. So let's talk about digital assets, and let's talk about the usage of these every digital currency is a project or it's a meme.
Right. The memes have no use.
They ain't got no use. It's just hype. Right. It ain't nothing behind it. And somebody said, well, ain't nothing behind crypto, but what's behind your dollar?
Right now,
what's behind your dollar? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't even see it. We see the dollar, and we call a dollar because if I give you a dollar, that's 100 pennies, right?
It's supposed to be gold behind it. Supposed to be.
No, it's nothing bad in the dollar right now. The dollar, but believe it or not, the dollar gets traded every day. We have it in our pocket, but it's fluctuating. It's volatile,
just like crypto,
just like
stocks,
just like that, right? But when we think about we've been all getting trained on digital the whole time with Cash App, with Zelle, with Venmo, all these different things, your online banking, all these different things. You got all that. So I just think that knowledge is power. If you know better, you can do better, right? And so if we understand that how easy it is once you get over the fear of losing, right? I'm not talking about trading. I ain't talking about trading because I don't do trading, but I do understand how to store value. How to store value, how to take the value and move the value from me to you without a bank, right? If you got a wallet address and I have a wallet address and I'm in Africa, I might say, hey, send me $1,000, right? You send me $1,000, I'm gonna say you might say, what's your wallet address? I could text you my wallet address. You're gonna take that wallet address, paste it into your spot wherever you got into your wallet and send it to my wallet address. I'm gonna have it in less than 30 seconds, maybe a minute, depending on which one it is.
And some of them got different fees, vary.
Yeah, I only deal with ISO 20022 coins, right? Those that are dealing with finance, those that are dealing with the movement of money. I don't buy or deal with any other tokens or coins that's outside of that. Yeah. It's only about 7 of them.
So it's like right now, I got one Ethereum.
Okay.
I got a little bit of Cardano. I got some XRP.
Yeah.
And then I got some bullshit too. I got some. I still sitting on this Doge from 3 years ago. I ain't selling it till it come back up.
Yeah.
I got some of that. And shout out to Ebony Kimbrough. I hope you listening. I bought some of them Trump coins all because of you. And she said I just made $20,000 this morning off Trump coin. I said, oh shit, let me go buy.
We didn't get loans from her, man. She got to. She make money like that.
Yeah. Kimbrough Foundation. Yeah.
Already. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got some. I bought some Trump coins and I got some. Sheep Inu.
Yeah,
I got some meme coins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I got into crypto like 4-5 years ago during COVID.
Yeah.
But I'm telling people at that time, bro, you got $10,000, $20,000 sitting in your closet in a shoebox. Like, you can't really lose. You just gotta wait till it come back.
Right.
Depending on what you put it on. Like back then, Bitcoin was at one day it was at $17,000.
Yeah.
I told Cat Daddy, Hellcat, I said, well, she told me, she's like, let's go have on a Bitcoin dirt.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm like, man, I been being cheap.
Yeah.
Now, Bitcoin damn near 100,000, whatever.
It's like 124. It was at 125, so it's the best performing asset. It's the most pristine performing asset.
So it's coin. Once you do your research, and I did a lot of research, but I did a lot of research back then. XRP was like 50 cents back then. It's $2.50. If I had 5,000, I did have 5,000 in the shoebox.
Yeah,
that shit would have went times 5 because it's at $2.50 now.
And so what that does is show us how digital currencies work. That show us how they can, start off small and then jump all the way up, right? And you could be, but I think that if we don't have any exposure, see, you have exposure to it. Other people have exposure. But those of us that are fearful and scared, we don't have any exposure.
Right.
So now, if XRP does go to $10, guess who's gonna benefit? You, because why? You got exposure. So we need people in our community, and now again, none of this is financial education. I mean, none of this is financial advice. Right. So I want people not to say, well, he told me to go do this and then all of a sudden I'm lost my money. No, I didn't tell you nothing. I'm just telling you about my experience, and we're talking about this because it is an important topic.
Right. Hey man, so y'all need to rewind this interview and take notes basically. Yeah, that's what I think y'all need to do. Then tomorrow, I think all y'all need to go to People Trust, open up y'all an account.
Man, you know what you can do? It's so easy. You can go to ptcfcu.org. It's this
And open online?
and open it online in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Just go to ptcfcu.org and click become a member. That's all you got to do. It's easy.
Look, Emily in the comments, she's talking about I'm here.
Yeah.
She said you need the XRP. I ain't got that much of it. Who else we got in the comments? Let's see if we got the comment. We got VIP people. He said when that Doge spot EFT get approved, your money will come back. Hey man, I hope. Killer Wayne. So if I invest in Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, if I decide to pull out, would I be penalized?
Well, it's going to turn into a taxable event. If you pull it out of crypto, it's going to turn into a taxable event. Mm-hmm. So that's when you're going to get taxed on it, when you bring it from crypto and turn it into fiat.
Yeah. Let me see. T said Dirt done made his man. The first person ever got on here that thinks smarter than him.
Oh, man. No, we compliment each other.
VIP said ISO 20, whatever that number you said. He said compliant tokens are the key. November 22nd, 2025 is when Fed Live goes mainstream, and he named some Bitcoins.
Yeah.
See. Keisha said the hackers and scammers they taking from us too. Dundre Vincent Ferocious, what's up with it, man? He said people take advantage usually don't even know what to do with the money. The scammers and the PPP people, they are broke currently. All the people who had all the money.
Some of them in jail too.
I seen in Texarkana just last week they arrested a lot of people for the PPP.
Yeah.
And I remember y'all was saying I should have just scammed too. I seen everybody.
You better be glad you didn't scam. Shoot.
Yeah, you better be glad because they just getting them late.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before we get out of here, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I had this is a joke, but it's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? I had a joke on one of my other shows. I said, man, I had a business idea. I'm just running by you. You know what I'm saying? Just see what you think about it.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
All right, so check it out. Imagine this, Arlo.
Yeah.
You got all these homeless people in the city, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the way we're going to end homeless right here.
Okay, tell me. I want to know.
So it's called thebomb.com. It's a
Okay.
website, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you at home, you know what I'm saying? You got these dirty jobs you don't want to do. You got you don't want to mow your yard. You want to clean your roof. You got the toilet, plumbing, whatever's this dirty job you don't want to do. All right. You say, bet, I'm going to just go on thebomb.com.
Yeah.
And you know, this bomb.com, it's let's just call it a warehouse, a housing facility that bombs the people that's on drugs, they're less fortunate, they come to. We feed them, we clothe them, shelter them. In exchange, we send them out and do jobs that people don't want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think about my idea, Arlo?
I think it's a great idea. I think that you should make it into it's a lot of people that care about that population of people that want to see a change. I think you should think about a nonprofit, turn into a nonprofit entity. That way you'll be able to get grants to support your mission.
Right.
And then you have to think about what income generating activities can you create from that? Right? So maybe you start a resale store with that, and then you use the proceeds from the retail store to make it sustainable.
See, this is what people said. When I told people my idea, they said, it's all good until them bombs and all the drug head people come back and steal them people's stuff. Where they went out to their house and raped the yard and came back later on tomorrow and stole something.
Well, I mean, there are other things that can happen. Maybe you got something almost like a Gist House type of situation where they come to you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, see there we building tonight.
Exactly. And this is what it takes. Because the more we think about it, the more we talk about it, the more we can create.
Yeah. See, we just ended homelessness tonight.
Exactly.
On the real underground. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all gonna be like, damn, what happened to all the people on the corner with the little sign?
Exactly.
They at thebomb.com.
There you go.
There you go. And then we might team up with People Trust.
Yeah.
And they gonna give us some moves and some tools that we can use.
Exactly.
See, he already just gave me the game just then.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I provided you with technical assistance.
Yeah. Okay.
They call it technical assistance. So every business out here, every business needs technical assistance. And that's one of the things that we don't have as well. Our business owners need to know how to set up their accounting infrastructure, right? So they can make sure that they're accounting, because it's, a budget is just three things: what you got going out, what you got coming in, and how much you got to keep to the next month. That's all it is. What you got coming in, what you got going out, and how much can you keep to the next month. I ask a lot of people, how much do it take for you to live every month?
Yeah.
They're going to say, most people, I'm going to say 50% going to say, I don't know. Right? Maybe more than 50%. I'm being modest. Maybe more than 50%. Right? I'm being generous. But so I mean, if you know exactly how much it costs for you to live every month, now the question to ask yourself, okay, now it costs me $2,000 to live every month. Now, how much I got coming in, how much I got going out, and how much I got that I can keep to the next month.
That's the problem. Most times it's in the negative.
Right.
That math comes out in the negative.
It is, right? It is, right? Right. So now we got to look at, okay, you know why it come out in negative though? Because we don't know where it's going. We can't see it. You know why we can't see it? Because we ain't got it in the bank.
You right about that.
You need to have an account at People Trust where you can see your transactions, where you can see where your money is going.
Yeah.
See, so you fighting an invisible enemy. You want to, man, I seem like I just got paid yesterday. Now all my money gone already. All my money spent. Yeah, and it ain't gonna. Yeah, right. It's sinking.
It was spent and not circulating.
And not circulating, right?
Yeah.
So we instead of what word can I use outside of spent? You can use money. Money is a tool. You can pay with money. You can use money, right? And you can circulate money. So I need to pay this. I need to use this. I need to circulate this.
Yeah,
right?
It's currency.
Currency.
Yeah,
it got the flow. It's like it's the blood. It's the blood. It's the blood. It got the flow.
Hey man, put out there, man. What's your Instagram, Facebook? So
Yeah,
where they can contact you, or what are the bank? Let's put it in website.
I mean, so yeah, the website is good. We got a chat feature on the website. We're updating our technology. So we're right now we have you can go to ptcfcu.org. And you can go in there, you can get the chat. You can send us an email at PTCFCU. You can send Arlo at PTCFCU.org, or you can send it to info@PTCFCU.org. Now, that's the credit union. We also have the loan fund that does great work, and the loan fund is at peopletrustloans.org. So those are more flexible loans. Those loans are more easily accessible than you would get at a traditional institution like People Trust Community Federal Credit Union, because the credit union remember, the credit union is a regulated entity. So we do have to check credit. We do have to make sure that the boxes are checked. Although we don't use the traditional route, we look at it, but we don't use it as a approval mechanism. We use the ability to repay. So if you got money coming in, then we can work with you.
Okay. One last thing. But before that last thing, Eben, let me tell you this. I'm not changing the name. I'm keeping it thebomb.com, okay?
Thebomb.com.
It's catchy. All right. But she said banks are only secure $250,000 per FDA. How do you protect when you have more money than outside of having multiple accounts?
So if you go to BitGo, it's called BITGO, and BitGo insures up to $250 million through the Lords of London. But it's in crypto, right? So, it is a regulated type of storage for your assets. But if you want more than $250,000 insured, then you had to get it insured through those type of channels.
So it is. Evan, I seen Evan make some Facebook posts about this. She done mentioned this before when me and her done been in person. And I be seeing this on my social media a lot. And people be saying, instead of having a LLC, because a lot of people saying, I got my LLC. They say, no, go get a trust. Put your stuff in a trust. Like, don't own nothing. Control everything. So put it in trust. And this is new stuff that people is getting into too now that people aren't familiar with.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were talking about digital currency, so that's why I went there. But, I mean, there are other things that you can do. You know, you can get trust. You can get, we need our attorneys that are educated in these spaces to hold some workshops in the community so that our community members can be educated on what to do with the money, right? Where can we put the money? How can we protect the money so that it's not subject to any type of scams or any type of losses from what happens in the market. So I think that there are trusts, there are money market accounts, right? There are CDs. You can get a CD. And you don't have to have a CD in for a long time. You can get a 6-month CD. You get a 6-month CD and earn some interest. It's all about getting a return on your investment, right? It's like, well, how much do you want back on a dollar? Do you want 3%, 4%, 5%, 6%? How much you want back on a dollar?
So, conspiracy question before we go. This might get you in trouble.
Don't get me in trouble.
You
man.
ain't got to answer.
I don't want to be in trouble, man.
Is the Federal Reserve
now you do know I am a member. I am a council member for the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis.
Is the Federal Reserve part of the United States or not?
The Federal Reserve is a private agency, right?
So it's not even federal.
It's a central bank, right? It's federal. It's 12 banks across the country, right?
Country or the nation? The world?
The nation. The
nation of the United States. The Federal Reserve.
The Federal Reserve,
okay.
right? It's 12 different banks. There's 12 Federal Reserve banks across the country, right? One in Atlanta, one in Arkansas, one in, but Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis is, I'm a community development advisory council member for the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, and I advise and have these different conversations about monetary policy and about what things can happen to help better the economy, and especially low and moderate income communities. But the Federal Reserve is the central authority that holds 51% of the world's wealth. So I actually got a chance to see all the gold at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York.
So it is gold. We do have gold in there. Because the people be saying, ain't no gold in there.
Dude, 85 feet underground, right? You can take an elevator, go straight to the bottom. When you go in there, it's gold from all over the world. That's just tall as the wall. Can't have no phones. Can't do nothing. It's in there.
So what was you doing down there? Just because you put on the board?
Nah, I'm a financial institution, and I went on I went to a trade association. They had every year they have a tour where you can go and you can tour. You can tour the Federal Reserve and see the gold. And so I got a chance to go and check it out, where they print money and all the stuff. And I seen a big old big thing where they had $1 million all torn up in little pieces to make this big old thing. It was a pretty cool experience, man. But it's a lot happening that I think that that we should be aware of. In the financial system, a lot is going on right now that we need to be paying attention to.
And this just the beginning tonight. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, spark y'all minds a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Make y'all go and do a little research and, open your eyes a little bit. I'm pretty sure this ain't going to be the last thing we going to touch base on. I'm pretty sure I already done open y'all eyes up to first people trust.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? This is where we going to start at, but this ain't where we going to finish at.
Exactly. We need to do more of this. We need to do more. We need to break bread, because I think that if people really understood how serious it was, then everybody have an account that people trust. I was thinking that when we opened the bank that we'd have a lot of the community members, right? Everybody say, oh, we need our own bank. Well, you got one. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
You going to do with it? You going to just ride by and look at it and be like, I'm still going to go on over here. Okay, that's fine. But look, you ain't got to put the whole bag over there, but bring some of the bag to support the institution that support the community.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, Arlo Washington,
Thanks for having me.
Barber College, People Trust Bank, the documentary, what's the name of it?
The Barber of Little Rock. You go to YouTube and type in the Barber of Little Rock. We should check that out, and they'll tell you the whole story of how we emerged.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me.